Well, it's that time again. Outer Points Productions is about to go live with another Knockout Challenge match. Join me, Little Cheddar, and my guest live at the Varsity Club in Oshkosh, Wisconsin, as we will be delivering some of the best mediocre commentary in the business. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the match, and don't forget to jump in the chat and say hello. Please take the time to subscribe to our YouTube channel, hit that like button, and share it with all your friends. Thank you so much for tuning in. See you right after this word from our fabulous sponsors.
Dumper Dan's charter fishing fleet in the Port of Sheboygan is Wisconsin's proven charter fishing leader, running the most trips and catching the most fish. Enjoy great fishing for trout and salmon aboard one of our 6 fully equipped modern charter boats with experience and professional crews. See why Dumper Dan's is the most popular name in the industry. We offer fishing and lodging packages featuring the best in riverfront condos and hotel accommodations. Half or 3/4 day trips available, so call to make your reservations today or log on to dumperdan.com. Dumper Dan's charter fishing fleet, Wisconsin's proven charter fishing leader.
Welcome, everybody. Outer Points Productions here, live at the Varsity Club in Oshkosh, Wisconsin. Thanks for tuning in to KO 1.4, $4.99 and under, 64-player bracket. This knucklehead is not here. Here he comes, showing up late as you. Here, watch this. So check this out. He's going to walk in behind me. He's my twinsy today. Dear Lord. You know, sometimes we strive for a professional production, and then you add Chris Green to the mix, and all of that goes right out the window.
That's what makes it fun.
Thanks for being here on time, Chris. Just jumping right in there. Just getting right in the booth, and oh, yeah. I was purposely going to leave you muted for for the rest of the night.
Well, then what's the sense of having me here?
Yeah, that's a good point. I don't know. I've been asking myself that question for a long time. Anyway, we've got, check this out. I know you've been looking at it for a little while, but we've got, this is still round 1 of KO 1.4, as I mentioned before. This is the brand new format, so we're going to be going through some of that. It's 8-ball, 9-ball, 10-ball, all in the same match.
Nice.
All right. Pretty cool. So we've got Jimmy, or Yimmy, they call him here. Yimmy.
Jamie.
Duda, and Marshal Williams. Both players here at the Varsity Club. So they're ready to go. I'm going to leave you in the
Uncapable hands of Mr. Chris Green.
You said it, not me. Not
You were going to say it anyway.
Numlock himself. I'm going to go out to the table, and you know what? We don't even have to do the wheel anymore. You don't have to hit any buttons. We don't have to do anything.
I know, it's kind of no fun.
Oh, sorry.
That's all right.
I'm out of here.
Good evening, everybody. How we doing tonight? Mr. Salsa Man, I see you're in the house. Andy Kuntz, I see is in the house. It's a nice little motorcycle ride to get here. Great temperature for that. All right, so I'll have the boys' leg. See who gets to start this wonderful match. And Mr. Duda wins the leg. I'm friends with both players, so it's kind of hard to, quote, choose who I want to cheer for, being unbiased.
Leave the booth for a little bit, and you're already laughing.
Yep.
That makes me nervous.
Good. I'm glad you're nervous. That's my job. Make the little cheddar nervous. All right, so they're going to use the template rack.
Back in the saddle again. It's been a while, Chris.
It is.
It feels like it's been forever. So, have you told them what we're doing?
No, I thought you did already.
No. Well, we're playing pool.
Yeah, it's an 8-ball race to 4 for the first set. And then we go to 9-ball race to 5.
Yep. If you look at the scoreboard right at the bottom of the table there, it has the race above each one of the...
Oh, very nice.
yeah, made a new scoreboard.
I like that.
8-ball, 9-ball, 10-ball.
10-ball. If we have to go that far.
So, and the reason why Chris says that, very good point, if one player wins the race to 4 and the race to 5 9-ball, obviously the match is over.
Yep.
9 to whatever the score is.
Gotta win 2 out of 3 sets.
Correct. If they split the first 2 sets, they go to the third set, which is a race to 4 10-ball. If that set goes to 3-3, the last game is not going to be played. It goes to a shootout. And the shootout involves 3 spot shots per player. And we're all hoping for that. The players, probably not so much.
All right.
Unless you're behind. Then you want to catch up.
Then you want to catch up and hopefully pull that off.
Right, right. Is that your food coming? Are you?
Maybe.
Okay.
I doubt it. Shouldn't have been that fast, but
All
maybe.
right.
Oh, yeah, I guess so. Wow. Holy speediness.
Green?
This is,
Oh, that's...
do you know who had this? I think it was with you.
I do not know.
Oh, the wings? That's Spencer. Where did
Spencer
go?
As we're sitting here talking to
Sorry.
the waiter, brings us our food out here. I tell you, we get treated pretty good here at Varsity Club.
Yes, we do.
So, I guess in completion, then, if that shootout then goes to 3-3, say they make all 3 shots, or 2 each, or 1 each, or whatever the case may be. If it's tied after those 3 shots each, it goes to a sudden death. Each player gets 1 shot or 1 inning, depending on how you want to word it. And basically whoever blinks first and misses loses the match.
Correct.
So this is going to be a fun format.
Because it's like, how many people actually practice the spot shot?
Good question. I was talking with Tim Stockinger. Do you know who that is, right?
Yep.
He is the reason for this format. He's the one that came up with, well, why don't you play 8-ball, 9-ball, 10-ball all in the same match? I'm like, it's brilliant. He was telling me last night because he's playing in 2.1, which is the 625 and under, which is now full.
Nice.
He has been practicing spot shots. At home, he made 18 in a row.
Nice.
I'm like, wait a second. That might sound like you're playing at your house on your own table, and there's no pressure. You're not playing against anybody. That doesn't count.
Yep.
But, yeah. What's going on, Andy Coons? Cat Struley saying, yay, yimmy. You got this, baby. All right, so I think we need to know who Cat Struley is.
I believe that's Jim's girlfriend.
Is it? All right. Well, hi, Cat.
Welcome to the stream. Tell your friends to get in and watch.
Are you a subscriber, Cat?
You should be.
If not, we may have to have naughty words.
All right, so Jim got himself in a little bit of trouble. Tried to mess around the 8 for a cut on his 14 and brings Marshall to the table. Ooh, and Marshall gets bit by the Vincent pocket. Right off the bat. But he didn't leave Jimmy anything.
But he is at the table.
He is at the table.
Tiernan Todd says, come on, Marshall.
Yeah, that's what I was, when you were outside, that's what I was laughing about. Because I'm like, I know Jimmy really well. I know Marshall really well. So it's really hard to pick, like, even though in the commentary you're supposed to be biased, you know, unconsciously even, I'm really on the fence on who to cheer for because I like both guys.
Yeah, they played league here on Thursday nights with us as well. And they're both really good guys.
Yep.
Marshall is actually the one that helped me out. Look at this shot. Fantastic. Nice. So if you remember about a year ago, I had gone to the Blandine House in Fond du Lac, which is a rehabilitation center, drug and alcohol rehabilitation center. And Marshall is the one that donated the pool table to them. They had an old table in there that was really beat up, and
okay.
So it was Marshall's table that we actually set up in their basement for the guys to use. So that's why I say, and I've known Jimmy for jeepers, man, since the Mad Apple days way back.
Yeah, I've known Jimmy since Sharks Club days.
Yeah, actually back that far.
Yep.
So both good guys.
All right, so Jim electing to play a safe, which I highly recommend, where the 15 sits.
So here's, if you're looking in the chat and you're reading what Tiernan Tots is saying, Friday night, that was on the stream, wasn't it? Yeah, on Mad Apple.
Oh, yep.
So, Tiernan Tots, tell everybody what your real name is. That way we know, or everybody else knows who you are and who you played. You can do it.
Right, one chat won't kill you.
Nope. Yeah, and honestly, you know, are you like in the witness protection program, or are you running from the law? What's going on?
Right, because if you are, I wouldn't be on a stream somewhere.
All right, so there you have it, everybody. So it's either Thomas William or Tom Lemire. Now, the reason why I tell you that is if you watched the open stream at Mad Apple on Friday night, this is exactly what he was talking about. He played Coleman Grossbeyer, and probably, you know, you think our commentary is bad until you listen to Jeff Gerald Martin, because he was he was in the booth Friday, and I'll tell you what, it was exhausting. I mean, message after message. You know, he was messaging me. He's like, what do these guys have to do next? Send me the rules. And I'm just kidding. Jeff did a good job if you're into the mediocre or commentary. But it ended up going to a shootout. Both guys made the first two. Tom made his, and then Coleman rattled his last shot.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ouch.
So he lost the match on one shot. But that's the cool part about this, is you have to focus on every single set. You got to focus on the 8 ball, the 9 ball, the 10 ball, every set.
Yep.
Otherwise, you lose.
Yep.
Oh, sure. Sure, Tom. I blame that stuff on my son all the time.
Let's see, what's Jim going to do with this? I personally would just baby tap the 14 and make Marshall break that out. That's not overly horrible, didn't?
Yeah, I don't think it really accomplished anything, though.
It did open up the one to go down the
Oh.
rail, but you have to be straight on for it.
Mm-hmm. Well, if you look at the very bottom of your chat, that is the Outer Points Productions official photographer, Mr. Jesse Crook, in the chat, cheering on Marshall. So if you ever go back and you look at, and he posts them on Varsity Club Facebook page as well, some of the most awesome pictures.
Yeah, you take some nice pictures. Yeah, Marshall's going to get that one out of the way right away. Smart play. Drop that. He should be able to run out the rest of the rack.
But which game is it, Chris?
The first game?
Yes. Yes, indeed. Good stroke.
Yep.
2, 6, 7, 8.
Yep. That's what I would go for. Jesse says he's coming down. Take some pictures. Make people look pretty.
Jesse, can you make sure you get my good side? Never mind. I don't have one. Do you have a good side, Chris? Is it your backside?
Maybe. We'll go with my right side.
So if you look over there, on the left of the screen, right there is Marshall's wife and the little ones. I'm not sure what their names are anymore. I can't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember his wife's name.
Good people. They're a fun couple.
I don't know. He doesn't like it, but he really has nothing to do. All he's got to do is center top, cut it in, come out a little bit, 8 in the corner.
Yeah, I would not.
I wouldn't try anything funny. There you go.
Just like that.
Yep.
But, like what we were talking about, it's the first game. Got to bear down.
Well, sucks that he missed the 8.
And there's the first commentator's curse by Mr. Chris Green.
Yep.
One for you.
One for me.
You're up 1-0.
You know, but he didn't leave Jimmy anything. Bank the 14 or bank the 15.
I think you almost have to bank the 15 because it's the easiest of the two banks.
Yep.
And it's almost, with a little bit of left-hand spin, it's almost natural shape to get onto the 14 with follow.
Yep.
One railing out. The biggest concern is don't make the 8 ball.
Right?
You know? You want to eat?
Yeah, I'll start eating here. I was going to let it cool down a little bit.
Oh.
Get through the first match anyways. First game. All right, Jimmy going for the bank on the 15. Well, I don't like the drawing option, though. I think I like the follow.
So if you look at the bottom of the chat there, and that lady named Tina Moore, that is Marshall's mom. And the reason I know that is her and my wife, Mrs. Cheddar, are very good friends. We go to Appleton Alliance Church Oh, my goodness.
I thought he rattled that
Oh,
from my view. That'll make you pucker a little.
Yeah, I guarantee you that's going to be the last shot that Jimmy takes for granted. I promise you. Okay, so the reason why I bring that, so my wife and Tina, they have a kid. I'm trying to think of the kids' land. I'm trying to think of the official name for it. Adventureland or something inside of Appleton Elias. You drop off your kids. So they've got crawlers, they've got rockers, they've got, depending on their age. So my wife and Tina rock the babies together, or they used to. They haven't seen each other in a little while. So, and we've met them at Life Fest here in Oshkosh a couple of times. So, good people. Good to see you in the chat, Tina. That's it. Discovery Land. Thank you. I knew it was some kind of land.
The land before time.
DeLand. Do you know why it's called DeLand?
I do not.
Because it's right next to the sea.
Should know better.
So, let's look at, did four balls hit a rail there? Back that up a little bit. I don't know if it did. We're not sure if four balls hit a rail.
He got 4 balls.
You did?
Yeah. One, two,
Yep.
3, 4.
So what you don't see on the they were kind of discussing that between each other, whether it was a foul or not, whether four balls hit a rail, which is obviously an 8 ball, is one of the rules. Which is why I ended up going out there and having, Chris was looking to see on the replay if four balls hit a rail, and they did.
This game's going to take a while.
You know what? This is one of those games where I'm almost apt to just plow right into the pile. As long as I know the 8 ball isn't going to go in a pocket somewhere, just, re-break. Call something, maybe it'll go in. Oh, look at this. So he just called the 7 in the lower corner. So he's going to go for a 1, 2, 3, 4 ball combination.
This ought to be interesting. Oh, not bad.
Oh, almost. That's not bad at all.
No.
That's a good leave.
Yeah, kept the 6 in the way for the 10 and the 14. He already established solids by taking that 5 in the side. So, yeah, that was not a bad shot.
So Marshall, it looks like anyway, he is lining up to play that. Uh-oh. That's not going to work. No rail. Well, they both fouled once this game. That's nice. Even it out. Adam Granatella. We're going to play a game of 1 pocket. Sure is what it looks like now. So we have 4 matches going on around the state today. in the 1.4. We have 2 matches that are going on here at Varsity Club. Just to give everybody an idea, we have Jim Englehart and Brian Prybeck is the other match that's being played on one of the tables right next to us. Actually, one of the other matches has already concluded. Dan Vogel defeated Keenum Veal. There was a 2-point difference in their Fargo. 498, 497, 496. Sorry, 498, 496. So that
should have been a good close match. Then.
It was. They did go to a third set, and Dan ended up winning the third set, not in a shootout. So the other match, actually, that took place at Charlie's, I think. Where did that one? That was on the hill up in Mosinee, so way up north. And in Fond du Lac, that's the one that's going on at Charlie's right now, is Sean Gretzinger, one of the 4 ladies in the tournament, taking on Dustin Sunderland. And that starts in half an hour. So lots of matches going on.
Lots of action going on today.
I didn't even look what the match is going on around. 3-2 over here. Nice. Might even get a glimpse. Let's see if... Oh, we're going to go on a little ride. There it is. That's the other match that's going on. There's Brian Prybeck. Their match started at 4 o'clock, which is why it's 3-2. Nothing happening on the current table.
Nope.
Marshall
Marshall's still lining up his shot. Ooh, now he looks like he's going to try at it.
Gesundheit.
Thank you. Good hit.
Old school. I can't think of his name right now, and I apologize, but one of the guys that's in the 499 and under put together a list of all the pool halls across Wisconsin that have diamond tables. And the reason being is he compressed all of that information for me to use, and I haven't seen it yet, but for me to use to put on in the group chat for all the players when they're scheduling their matches to play at, you know, I mean, there's some of the matches where there's one that was scheduled for, it's like almost in the La Crosse area, like 2.5 hours away.
Wow.
So
Road trip.
yeah.
Yeah, trying to find someplace in the middle is nice to have a nice list where the table and the bar is located. Oh, nice shot.
Good shot by Jimmy.
Yep.
Yeah, that's in old school. That's one of the things we've been working on a little bit with, and it's the time, you know, we're spring coming into summer. So it's probably not the most opportune time, but Todd Holzer up at On the Hill came up with the idea of doing qualifiers all around the state. So you get every pool hall that's involved, whether it be the Carom Room or Mad Apple or On the Hill or all of them. Get them all involved, run a 16-player qualifier, and the person that wins the qualifier gets a free entry into the KO Challenge.
Ooh, I like that idea.
Yeah. So now, not only are they getting an entry into a big tournament, they're going to win, potentially $5,000, but what Old School was saying is now you're creating more business for all the other pool halls.
Yep.
Which is the design behind it. And there's no reason that all the pool halls can't work together.
Correct.
With scheduling, obviously, tournaments it's going to be, it's always been a problem. And that's not going to go away.
Nope.
So, but I think it's a great idea to kind of change the landscape of pool. What's going on, Heather Johnson?
Oh, yeah, you marked the score wrong.
Oh, did I?
Good catch.
Thank you. Good call, Heather. Nick, send me a private message with that, if you would, please. There's a couple of bars in the Milwaukee area that are already doing like the KO Challenge format where they don't have to come in that Saturday for the tournament, where they're running. You can schedule your match. They do the draw, same thing as here. And then you can schedule your match. All of it's being played at that bar. But who was it that was in here the other day? Was it Joel Thayer? I might be wrong on the name, but he's from Kewanee. And he came up to me after his match, and he asked me, he's like, can we run this format up in Kewanee for our tournaments up there? I'm like, you don't need my permission to do that.
Right.
This is, I'd like to patent it, but I don't think that's possible. But it's so good for the players. So have it. Yeah, absolutely.
If the players like it. Brandon just mentioned, hey, it took this format from the KO and
do it. Have at it.
Yep.
Jeff Hefter. Thank goodness we don't have to talk about him as a sponsor anymore. Jeff, it was a good run, and I really appreciate it. But, man, now we get to call Jason Harlan. When we do the sponsor spotlight, or we'll call one of the sponsors.
Right.
We don't have
to call him Bug Jason.
Yeah, we don't have to talk to Jeff. Love you, man. But I do hope I greatly appreciated your sponsorship before you sold it. That's John Co Express, if you folks did not know that. Now owned by the champion of 1.3. What's funny, Chris, is I think that was the day. So he purchased
I think they
John Co
won it
Express,
the same day
and the next day,
finalized it. Yep.
yeah, the next day was the finals against Brad Royce.
Yeah, Marshal wanted a little steeper angle for this 13 to try and pump out that 14.
I think he's got the perfect angle to do exactly that.
Yep. Oh, yeah, the overhead shows a little better angle than looking at the table itself. Yep. Agreed.
Or he just wanted to be straight on so he could hold it right there.
Do a little stop shot, or maybe even just
Sure.
a hair bit of a draw shot.
Let's take a look at the long view. And ooh, that looks really tight. I'm not sure that 13 goes past the 1. You'd have to cheat the pocket a little bit. Good evening, Al Holden. Driving number 9. As John Kutnick would say. Well, this isn't the worst thing in the world.
Nope. This will still work. Take the 10 in the corner.
Yeah, you just draw it back at 1 ball. Play the 14 in the side.
Yep. 8 past the 1.
Al Holden, what's going on in Waupun? Being such a nice day, are you hanging out in the yard? And that's not the yard that everybody else in the chat is thinking of.
Right.
It's the yard outside the penitentiary. Little right-hand spin on that, which pushed the cue ball away from the 14 ball and made this shot much more difficult.
Prison yard it is.
Nick got it.
I didn't know they put a TV out there.
Oh, yeah, they got big screens. They got the Jumbotron for the inmates now.
Nice.
Yeah, they get better. They get treated better than you and I do.
I know. It's terrible.
Look at that. That's
Good
a
shot.
That is a really good shot by Marshall. That was not an easy one. That's the same shot that my partner Michael Masevich left me in our Scotch doubles match.
Did you make it?
I did. Yep.
Good.
Yep. This is the one that counts, though. This is the one that he rattled last game in the same pocket.
Yeah, no rattling this time.
Did not this time. Now, if it's okay with Heather, I'm.
You'll
I'm
mark the right player with the score?
You know what? I should give Jimmy 2 and Marshall 1 or 0 just to see if Heather. I'm just kidding, Heather.
It's all right. We're just making sure you viewers are paying attention to us. Keep
Brave
your hand
Billiards tuning in, saying evening, guys. I think he's talking to you and I, Chris.
toes. I think so.
So is that Dave or Brad? Or both? Are you guys watching together? That'd be
Could be.
weird. Had a very pleasant conversation with Brad Gillette from Brave Billiards today. Brave Billiards is the, you know what? Let me just put it up there right away. Seeing as how he's in the chat, that's Brave Billiards right there. They are the creators of the V3 magnetic chalk system. I have one of these, as you can tell, because it's right there on the screen. It says Little Cheddar. So you can have these customized any way that you'd like. Any color. They're front. It's not just that, but the design of it, the functionality, just fabulous. They are making 140 of them for me for the KO Midwest, or the Midwest KO Challenge.
Nice.
So all the players that sign up are going to get one of those. They look pretty cool. You might even get one too, Chris.
Yeah?
So Al Holden, is that what they're calling it in prison these days? Making brats on the grill? Jesus. We don't need to know these things, Al.
Right? What you do in your private time.
That's
In the prison.
That's your business, man. We may have to block him tonight. Oh, wait. He's already been blocked. He's on The cell block. I'm sorry. My apologies. Andy Coons, I'm telling you, your logo, WPPS, on one of those chalk holders would look fabulous.
Yep.
Chris, I think we just made a love connection
Right?
between Andy, Dave, and Brad. Mm-hmm.
Oh, Andy wants their email.
While Marshall is deciding what he's going to do, Andy, pay attention. It's right there in white. Brave-billiards.com. Or, with Brad's or Dave's permission, I can just send you his phone number, too. But I'll wait for that permission from Brad.
4545.
That's Chris from the Hood. 5454. I don't know what that means.
I'm surprised Marshall didn't take that one ball. Now he's got to go through traffic.
If he can get past the 15, just a smidge, without running into it direct. Oh,
He got away with it. Should have the 4 on the side.
correct. And that may give him the shape to get on the 1. But I think he's going to have to draw out of it to miss the 8 ball. So I think he's going to have to... Damn it, I wish I had a telestrator.
Well, if you'd remember to turn it on.
All right.
Aren't you glad I'm in
Good.
the booth with you?
Yeah, I really missed you.
I'll be gone for another month.
Longer than that. Yeah, that's kind of what I was talking about. And he got away with it big time.
Yep.
Running into the 8 ball and come out smelling like a rose on that 1. Hey, whatever works.
That's right.
Now it's just a floater. I mean, you could punch it past. You know what? Let me try that telestration thing. So if you can punch it past the 8 ball and get right about there would be ideal. Let's see if he follows that line. If not, I'm going to have a talk with him. Oh, hit it. Oh, you don't want to be on the rail. That's okay. That's kind of the same position.
Yep, that's not too bad.
Nope. Now just stop shot.
Yep.
Don't do anything fancy. Just roll it forward. Tap it in. Tap it in. What's going on, Michael Parker? Tuning in from Whitewater. How are you and Shelly doing this evening? Brad or Dave, is it okay if I give Andy Coons your phone number? Let me know. Close. He used the whole pocket there.
Yes, he did.
But it's I would say,
It dropped it.
yeah, it's the Vincent Didio Memorial pocket, which is never forgiving. Let's see how close that thing got there. Ooh. Yeah, that was close. All right, Heather, I'm going to put this score on Marshall's. Bam. All right, Marshall winning the last two. So this must be James's game coming up. I don't know about you, but I really want to see a shootout tonight.
Yeah, that'd be fun on the stream.
Dave, I just got it. I will forward that on to Andy. Thank you, sir.
Let the stalking begin.
Right. And Dave, just so you know too, if you want to charge Andy double, that's totally up to you. I'll leave you guys to figure that out.
Good evening, Justin. Welcome to the stream. All you people liking and sharing. Gotta press the like button. Be awesome to see as many likes as we have viewers. Jamie Cools is in the house. Hello, Jamie.
What's going on, Jamie? How have you been? How's Amy doing? Or is that Amy? It could be.
Could be.
Andy, I just sent you the phone number on Facebook Messenger. I have a feeling we might have a hill set over there.
Oh, on the other table?
Yeah, I'm going to find out right now.
That'd be cool.
It is. Jim Englehart and Brian Prybeck are tied at 3 apiece. One game of 8-ball to decide the first set.
Nice.
If that match goes to a shootout, we will be going over there as well. We'll put that on the stream.
Yep.
I don't know about you, Chris, but Varsity Club fries are absolutely delicious
Yes, they are.
until they get cold. Then I don't like them so much.
No, you're not a cold fry person?
No. I kind of like this angle. If he plays that 11 ball next, it gives him a really good angle, or it's a natural angle to get back out for the 14.
Yep.
And if Marshall can stay... oh, look at that. We are twinsies. It's nice. if Marshall can stay focused for these 4 balls, that'll be 3 in a row.
Yep. 2 of them breaking runs. That's pretty nice.
This is a perfect angle. Now he's just got to float it in a little bit. That'll give him the angle to play the 15 and the 8 in the same pocket. This might almost be 2 straight.
Nothing wrong with
Nah,
that.
he's all right.
And if you got 2 straight, just follow it down past the 2 and 8 in the side.
Look at you knowing how to commentate.
Once in a great while. Nick says all fries cold are terrible. Right?
Brad said they're always open to volume pricing. Go more for the pricing than the volume when dealing with Andy. Just kidding. Love you, Andy. Justin Ellingson, one of the competitors in this tournament. Justin, I forgot who you fell victim to the other day. That is exactly like Chris just got done saying, 2 break and runs in a row. From a $4.99 Fargo. Yeah, right. How'd he get in this tournament? Marshall's been playing pretty good.
Yeah. He's probably been practicing at Spencer's 9-footer a lot. Would be my guess.
I don't like Spencer. He's my enemy right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah. Spencer and I get along great. I just don't like him right now. Because Mike and I play against him and Kendall
Nice.
in our next Scotch doubles match. So we're not friends until afterwards. And then I'll consider it, maybe, whether we win or not.
Love it.
Does Marshall not know that that's not how that rack works? I guess it's working.
Yes, Jeremy, this is the $4.99 and under tournament match. One of the matches.
Yep, this is the new format. So if you look at the bottom of the stream, Jeremy, or stream, I guess same thing. We are in set number 1, which is the 8 ball on the outside of the scoreboard, which is a race to 4. Then we're going to play a set of 9 ball, race to 5. If one of the players wins both of those, the match is over. If they split those, then we go to the third set of 10 ball, race to 4.
Yeah.
And if that goes hill, we go to a shootout, which is what we're hoping for. I think somebody just won the... Let's check it out. Check it out.
Marshall pocketing a ball on the side again. It's been pretty consistent at that. Nick says, people say I'm underrated at 488, and I've never had 2 breaking runs in a row.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, Justin, you lost to Koi. I've been practicing pronouncing his last name, and I still don't have it. And I'm not going to attempt it either, so. It hurts my tongue.
I bet.
When I try it. Savjenshin or something. Yeah. No idea. There's a lot of consonants.
It's a tongue twister. Ooh.
Yeah, I don't think this is where Marshall wanted to be.
No, I think he rolled a little farther than he thought he would. I'm going to assume he wanted the 7 or the 2 on the side.
Yeah, I think he's going to have to play the 4 next. And if he does, there's not... Well, he could play the 7 in the corner by the 3. Or the 2 if necessary. But given that he's on the rail, he's going to have to roll forward for something. Could come 1 railing out. Yep, right where he's got the stick and play the 5 in the side.
Very cool.
Andy, who's all left in that tournament? Well, this is exactly what Jimmy was looking for. Unfortunately, I don't think he's got a lot to shoot at here.
I don't think he's got anything to shoot at.
Well, he can make the 12 on the side. But where is that cue ball going to go? It does go past the 7. I'm looking right at it. So it does go in there. But I think that's the only shot he has.
Yeah, unless he wants to jump for that 11. Just focus and make the ball.
Yeah, you don't want to go down. Well, never mind. You won't go down 4-1 and try to come back because that'll be the end of the set.
Correct.
That is correct. So it's Tarek and Colby Evan in the finals. I don't know. Where's Colby Evan and where is he from? Never heard of that name.
No, me
Must
neither.
be another out-of-stater that they let in. I never understood that. You know, you got the Wisconsin BCA or CSI state tournament, right?
Right.
And yet
You get people from Minnesota and
Michigan, Indiana,
Illinois,
Illinois, that are... And obviously, it's like any other tournament. You're trying to scrub, guys from coming in and robbing it, but it's really difficult. And I don't know if there's still, is it a handicap system yet, Andy? Is it an even race, or I'm just kind of curious what, I guess I could look it up myself, but it's just one of the things I never agreed with when it comes to a state tournament. I'm not going to get into all the details, but when you have... It's okay to have a handicap tournament, right?
right.
But you don't handicap within a division. You've got all these divisions that are divided by what? Handicap.
Right.
So now you're going to...
Handicap in the division.
Inside of that division that's already handicapped. That just, no. It's not right. Do not agree with it. What's going on, Pete Beshta?
Tennessee? Really?
So he comes all the way from Tennessee to play in a BCA state. I'm not going to get into this conversation because I'm going to end up saying something that
You'll regret.
I'll have to defend myself over, and I'm tired of doing that. So. And even said there's a guy from Alaska playing. Wow. Pete's getting ready for league. Are you playing up in Clintonville tonight? And it's single elimination when you get in the money, which I mean that's okay.
Yep.
There's nothing wrong with
A lot
that.
of pro tournaments do that. The first 64 or whatever.
I heard it was a different format. Yeah,
Yeah, something like that until they're down to like the last 8 or 16, I think, and then they switch to single elimination.
okay.
So yeah, I think this, let's say it's the 64 bracket. Yeah, the first 2 rounds are double elimination yet, and then if you make it into the top 16 or the top 8, then it drops to single elimination.
At this point, with even what's going on in the chat, you can't even call it a Wisconsin State Championship anymore because it's not.
Right.
It's not a Wisconsin State Championship. There's people from There's people from all over the freaking country. Actually, not even the country, the whole continent. Yeah.
Salsa Man says he'll say it for you. It's bullshit.
You can say it. I'm not going to say it, but
I'm just repeating what I read in the...
that one caught a little piece of that 11 ball and pushes it out of the way, which made James has got, I should say Jimmy, has got 3 really good opportunities, and then he has to work on the 11 ball. I don't mind the single elimination part. That's what I'm doing in the KO, the Midwest KO. Because once we reach the finals, the final 16 will be 2 from each state, and that will be single elimination. All right, Chris Green, how do you get on that 11 ball?
Ooh, he's got a nice angle off the 9, maybe.
Given that the cue ball is on the rail, I think
he's forced to use top English only anyways.
Yeah, he may end up running into the 11. If he can get by the 7, and give himself access to the bottom of the cue ball, to hold it there for the 8 ball, this could be tough.
Yeah, carom shot wouldn't be bad either. Ooh.
That's no good. That one's not going to work out for James very well.
Nope.
So Andy, there's a lot of people that feel that way. I was talking with Dustin Clark earlier today, and he had mentioned too that there's a lot of states in the U.S. that are very jealous of the pool in Wisconsin.
Yep.
Because it's very prominent. It's thriving a lot.
It is. Yeah, I've been to a couple of states, and gone to a pool hall or whatever, and people are like, where are you from? I'm like, Wisconsin. Oh, you guys have such good competition there. You go anywhere and there's people playing pool.
There's a lot of it.
I'm like, yeah, we have a lot. There's a lot of competition in this state. A lot of high caliber shots. Jimmy going for a little bit of a Hail Mary cut here, I think.
Yeah, I think he has to. At this point.
I think it's doable. He just has to hit it perfect. But then I'm not sure he's going to get a leave on the 8.
So what Andy's talking about in the chat is, if you were not aware, the Pool Hall Championships start tomorrow, as a matter of fact. Is it the Gold Division or which division? Platinum Division was canceled because they did not get enough signed up. Shocking.
That's what I heard.
Shocking.
Right?
Damn good players. They should be ashamed of themselves.
Right?
But I think it's the 570 and under group is going to be here at Varsity Club for the next 4 days.
Yeah, 480 to 570, I think, is the Fargo spread. Yep, I'm in
Yeah.
that for the teams.
Yep.
It's actually my team over there on that table practicing on table 18.
You're playing with Craig Fowler?
Yep.
Ugh.
He got on his hands and knees and begged. How can you say
Yeah, I
no?
suppose. I get it. So here's what Andy was talking about. Over 475 entries with teams and singles signed up for the very first year of the Pool Hall Championships. That is a very massive statement for Wisconsin.
Yep.
So congratulations to Mike Gans, Matt Strong, everybody else that's involved with the pool. I want all pool to be successful, but I think it's fantastic what they've done. So Pete is actually on his way to, Mad Apple Wednesday Night League. He'll be here this weekend for the singles. Attaboy. Good luck tonight at Mad Apple. I got to give a shout out again to, there's Jesse Crook, our
photographer.
All right. Marshall has come up with the idea of playing safe here and executed successfully.
Yeah, but, Jimmy makes that jump and
Can make a yump in Yemeni.
next thing you know, Jimmy could do a break and run 2-pack and win the set.
This feels like we're in an episode of Seinfeld right now.
I'd have run out. I'm sorry. Even from here. If he
Jimmy
misses
don't
the
like
two-
running out. You didn't watch Seinfeld, did you? You didn't
No,
like, yeah, that's
I
right.
did not like
You didn't like
Seinfeld.
shot. Yeah. You don't know what I'm talking about then.
Sorry.
Jimmy don't like jump shots. You'd have to see the episode to understand that. That's okay. "100% old school." I like that comment. They don't crack down on the Calcutta payouts. Other states that it's a definite no-go. Yep. Justin Ellingson, I will not be streaming that. I will not be here all weekend. The missus and I are going camping.
Ooh, where are you going camping at?
I'm not telling you, because then you're going to show up.
Maybe.
I'll tell you off the microphone.
Camping sounds like fun.
Yep, we got a new camper last year.
Nice.
We had a pop-up one for quite some time. And the missus said, I'm tired of it, and I want a potty. She wants an indoor potty, which I don't blame her.
Right?
So she did. Ooh, that's the worst thing that could have happened, is not getting a hit. Why did I bring that up? Oh yeah. So now we're gonna.
The wifey being able to go potty inside
Yep.
at 2 in the morning when she wakes up instead of walking to the public one.
All right. Wandering through the woods, get eaten by a bear. Bears like cheese.
Right?
Mm-hmm. Mrs. Cheddar. So we're getting the hell out of town. We're taking the dogs and not telling anybody where we're going.
Cool.
Have a good night at League, Nick. Some nicked. Jeff Hefter says the 540 to 600 is the gold division.
Yeah, I knew it was 5 something that the silver division was in. Here
Yep.
at the Varsity Club.
You know what? I agree with Andy, and that's one of the cool things. Huge shout out to Dean Raisler and John Stitch, who right from the get-go put $5,000 towards the payouts. That's
awesome.
very admirable. It's like I've said all the time. I don't have anything against any organization, whether it be BCA or WAML or WISPA or whatever. It's all pool, but changes are being made.
Yep. Jeff Hefner says, go Team Dumper, gold division.
Jeff, who's your so it's you, Dumper, and who?
Yeah, we figured that part out already, Jeff.
What a jerk. Sometimes you just wonder about him. Actually, we always wonder about him. What's going on, Rick Chamberlain? Perfect angle for Marshall to pocket that 3 with a smidge, just a smidge of inside English to come out for that 8 in the bottom right-hand corner. And that'll be a wrap on this set. Then we're going to play some 9-ball.
Fun. Funsies. Perfect speed. Beautiful leave.
Rick Chamberlain, did you get your yard work done today that you said you were going to? I got mine done. I got a new lawnmower yesterday.
Nice. What's wrong with the old one?
My old one, I'll be back.
I'll be here. People from Canada even in Michigan? Wow. Crazy. Bad Eyesight says in their Michigan State tournament they had people from Canada.
See, that's just, I don't know. Nope. Wrong one. Made a new scoreboard.
Oh.
9-ball, 10-ball. 8-ball, 9-ball, 10-ball.
Oh. Very cool. Sorry.
Shame on you.
I didn't get that memo.
Bad Eyesight says Michigan had, oh yeah, okay. So let me ask you, Bad Eyesight, who ended up winning the Michigan State BCA?
By somebody from Canada.
And that's kind of my reason for asking that question.
Yep.
Was it somebody, from Tennessee that ended up winning it? So what I'm doing with, let me, we'll just do this for a second so you can see our smiling faces. So what I'm doing for the Midwest KO Challenge is, because there's 8 states, I created a Google Doc where they have to submit a picture of their either a photo ID or their driver's license to verify which state they're from. They also have to send me a screenshot of the 6-month graph of their Fargo. And there's going to be, to give you an idea, I've had probably 15 people so far that have tried to weasel their way into that and try and rob the tournament.
I bet.
That said, there's something wrong with Fargo, and they can't find my rating in the graph, and I'm like, what? never heard of that before.
Sorry, no entry for you.
Yeah. So here's the even better one. This is fantastic. So, guy claims to be from Michigan. Okay.
Okay.
He went into Photoshop and took the page from Fargo. If anybody has the app on their phone, it's green and black, right? So he creates his own little boxes with the same font and everything, and sends me a picture from Photoshop of his Fargo, and it was like 597 or something like that, or whatever it is. So I took his name, and I went into Fargo myself to look for it. I'm like, funny, your name doesn't come up like it shows on the screenshot that you sent me. I'm serious. This is what people try to do to rob tournaments.
Yep.
Just unbelievable. To go to that length to spend all that time in Photoshop to make your own Fargo screenshot. Wait, I have something for that. Unbelievable. Anywho, we are now, players have returned to the table. Let me turn that light down. Oh, that's a nice ambiance in here, isn't it?
It is.
Looks. Okay, that's enough of that. All right, we're going to play some 9-ball. Race to 5. If Marshall wins, the match is over. If Jimmy comes back and wins this set, we're going to go to a third. Bad Eyesight says he calls it the Michigan International BCA State Tournament. Okay, I don't care who you are. That's funny shit right there.
It is funny.
Way to go, old fart. Rick Chamberlain. He got all of his things done today.
Nice.
Proud of you, man. Andy, who's winning between Tennessee and Tarek? All right. Mike Masevich. If he was your partner, Chris Green, would you admit it?
Maybe.
Okay.
Depends on how well he played that day.
Yeah. That is the correct answer. Did you know that he won 1.0? Okay. I'm just checking. Just making sure. Because there's like 4 people in the state of Wisconsin that don't know that.
Really?
All the rest have heard it already.
No, I knew that.
Love you, buddy. All right, either Marshall's going to play a super thin cut. No, that doesn't go past the 7 anyway. A
He's
bank.
either banking or playing safe.
Or, yeah, safety. Did he actually?
Wow, you're demanding.
Jeez, Andy. Wow. Did Mike Misevich actually called Marshall baby? You know, it's not at a boy, or it's at a baby. You're no longer allowed in this booth, Mr. Misevich. Oh,
Did he get behind her or no?
Oh, no. He's got wide open for Yimmy. Send you a picture of the shock holder. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. If you're not currently a subscriber, Chris is going to eat your cherry pie that you left out. I don't know what that means, but shame. You should be passing it along to all of your friends right now so they become subscribers. Chris, do you know what we're at right now for subscribers?
I do not.
We are fast approaching 1,700.
Nice.
So my goal is by the time the Midwest KO Challenge gets here, which is August, 3 months, I would like to be at 2,000 subscribers.
And
I think that's
3,000 to 5,000 with multiple states starting to come in.
that would be nice. That would be very nice, but that's kind of asking.
Everybody sharing. All their friends.
Who's Sharon? Yeah, Sharon can be a
Sharon can be a subscriber too.
Yeah, for sure. Do I know?
With all your friends.
Do I know her? Or no?
Maybe.
Okay. Andy, I'm going to send you the picture that I put on the stream, and then you can go to their website and see what all the designs. Done.
Nice
Well,
speed.
this is very nicely played by Mr. Duda.
Yes, it is.
I want to bear down on this one a smidge. All right, 1-0, Jimmy. That's the way the first set started out too. So
Yeah.
you know that Andy Kuntz, he acts like like he's a sponsor or something.
Right?
Jeez, we're gonna have to talk about him.
Sooner or later.
Oh, 9-ball doesn't count, but oh yeah.
Ouch.
The cue ball goes all the way around the table and scratches in the side. which ends up being perfect timing for the sponsor spotlight of Mr. Andy Coons himself. Read it, Chris.
Wisconsin Pool Players Society was created to share tournaments knowledge and discuss with other pool players related topics. With over 11,000 members where he is up to, it is the largest Facebook pool group in the Midwest. I'm not sure how to turn that off.
It does say race 9 here. And on the bottom it says need seven wins in there, but it says race 9.
Oh, look at that. All right. Marshal's got ball in hand, lining up for the one ball.
Well, yeah, it was 9-4. Jim won. He won the 8 ball and 9 ball. Okay. He kicked my ass and then some. Right across the pool table. Thank you for playing.
Lawn mowing. Good day for that, too. Nice temp outside. All right. Looks like Marshall's trying to play the combo. And does it successfully. Ah. Now I'd come off the bottom rail, the side rail, and actually I'd miss the side rail. I'd try and come right off that 2 with a lot of bottom right and slide straight up. I don't know if he can beat that cluster or not to get a nice leave on the 4.
Yeah, I think so too. Mike Masevich. Yeah, I think we'll get to 2K pretty quick with the out-of-state players.
Yep.
So, if Marshall does pocket this 4-9 combo, it does count. The only thing that does not count in this format is 9-ball breaks. So that's the difference in typical 9-ball. It does not, however, if we do end up going to a third set, it does not count in 10-ball. There's no combinations or caroms on the 10. If there is, then you continue playing and the 10-ball is spotted if it's pocketed, but not a win.
Yeah, no short racks in 10-ball.
Good attempt.
Beautiful attempt.
Ooh, I left it for Jimmy. Uh-oh.
Yep.
And it's almost a two-way shot. It's very close to a two-way shot where Jimmy can pocket. I'm going to go into the overhead and then use the telestration device.
Telestrator.
The what?
The
What is it?
telestrator.
Telestration. So he could end up, we'll use the pocket, the 4 ball right there, and then the cue ball. Zip. Holy crap.
Wow, you've been drinking?
And then pocket the 9.
Want to share some of
Then
that.
pocket the 9. Wow. Pocket the 9 right there. Look at this. Oh,
Ooh, did not miss
just
that by
missed
much.
it.
That was a great attempt.
That was fantastic. This is a pretty.
See, the problem was Dale didn't give a good line, so
Yeah.
the cue ball didn't know how to hit
Here's
that 9
you know
ball.
what? He could go for the 9 here too. Bank the 5. Oh, this is gonna come back out. Uh-oh. I would have played a two-way shot on that. You could have actually banked the 5 into the 9 and put the cue ball behind the 6.
Yep.
It's over now, so it doesn't matter, but that would have been a good shot. I wonder if the telestrator works on. Oh, look at there. I'm drawing pictures on your head. I want to see. Wait. Okay, this is number 1. Okay, I'm not sure what happened there.
Nice cut.
Oh, oh! Look at this! It's gonna go behind the 7.
Oh,
it
too much
is.
steam.
Right behind the 7. Oh, yikes! So, what I was referring to is, so here's number 1. there's number 2. I'm just going to leave that up there for a little while because it's funny.
And it's fun.
I love my telestrator. And I'll tell you what, I'm going to cheer for VMix. I've never had a more versatile, creative streaming platform than what VMix is. I mean, there's so many things that I can do that I have not figured out yet. I mean, I've learned maybe 1/5
Right?
of what VMix offers.
You see what's above the water. We haven't even
Oh my
tapped
gosh.
into what's under the water line yet.
There is thousands of script or choices of overlays, and I mean, it's unbelievable. Cost me $50 a month for the premium streaming package, and it's worth every single penny. All right. If that 7 moves, it's obviously a foul.
Yep.
I should probably get the replay ready, huh?
Ooh, there you go.
It's ready.
Did you turn it on?
It's shut it.
Hey, I'm happy I figured out how to turn the WPS thing back off the screen. I've watched you enough. I figured that out. Because you stepped up and left it up.
Oh, I left it on there?
So I'm like, ooh.
My bad.
I think I clicked this button and it goes back off. We'll find out. Click.
Well,
Well, that's one way to take away the easy 6-9 shot with ball in hand.
guess what? Jimmy is not going to shoot at the 6-9 combo right now. That was pretty entertaining. We don't have to record that one. That's not worth an instant replay. Tina, you went out to mow the lawn instead of watching pool. Oh my gosh! I'm gonna tell Marshall.
That's just wrong.
Isn't that against? That's against the rules.
I think so.
This should be against the law.
Yeah, I would have wanted to be a little more straight in on
Yeah,
this side. And
or
float down and 8 in the same side as the 6, and then 9 in the
Indeed.
corner.
Yeah, now he left
Now
himself
he's in
with a
trouble.
Yep, very steep angle. This no good. He can still get out of it. Don't
get us wrong, but now you're losing that cue ball control because you got such a thin cut. Who knows where you're going to wind up for the 9 ball?
So we do have a conclusion to the other match here in.
Oh, no rail. I don't think it made it. Because it doesn't bounce back. Crowley the Game Cat. Well, good evening. Hey, Roger, how's it going?
Roger Pregler's here.
Roger Pregler's in the house. He says, hi, Chris. Drop my headphones.
Drop my headphones.
Sorry.
It's all right. It's not the first time they've been dropped. Probably won't be the last either.
Right.
Well, that was a major faux pas by Jimmy not hitting a rail with that 9 ball.
Yep. I like what he was trying to do for the safety.
Well, that makes it 1 apiece. Oh, so what I was saying, Jim Englehart took down Brian Prybeck on the other table, 9-2. It was like 9-4, I think he said it was. Something like that. I mean, it was a shellacking, according to Brian. So that match has concluded.
Nice. No 10-ball shootout there then.
Nope. So now we got to hold for it here. And like I mentioned before, we do have another match going on at Charlie's. It hasn't started yet. That starts in 24 minutes. Sean Gretzinger and Dustin Sunderland. We should spy on Jeff Hefter and see what he's. You know what? What are you doing in there, Jeff? Stupid chair.
You having issues over there?
I wish. Yes, I wish. What was I talking about?
I don't remember.
Oh yeah, issues. I just wish I would have made this booth like another foot wider.
Wider?
Yeah, out towards the table. I mean, it's okay. It's good for little people.
Right?
Nice break by Marshall. Pocketing the 5 and 7 ball, which is very helpful when you're playing 9 ball, because then you only have to play 7 ball.
Correct. Unless
Yeah.
you get a nice line on the 9 ball and can short rack it.
Right. All right, what's going on? Frowny the Game Cat is back in the chat. What's going on, Frowny? Cat Struley says, did you say this already while I was out there? This is one of the best comments of the year. Yimmy Yam Jim Jam. Coming back, baby.
Yeah, I saw that from Kat.
Yimmy Yam Jim Jam. That's hard to say.
It is hard to say. That's why I didn't attempt it.
Peyton Fold says you want a link to the bracket. It's actually pretty simple. Go to
Digital pool.
Yeah, Digital Pool and look up Knockout Challenge 1.4. Spell it out. Knockout Challenge 1.4. I could put the link in the chat, but it's a pain in the rectal area.
You hit that way too hard.
Yeah, about 4 feet too hard, at least. What's going on, Rob Shear? Watching good content, says Frowny. What are you watching?
Why is that ball in hand? I'm confused.
Rewind that. Well, I mean, we can't change it because he already moved.
Because he played a push here. And then Jim makes a good clean hit. So I don't get why Marshall's giving him ball in hand. And I'm sure Jimmy will take it, but I'm confused.
I don't understand what happened.
Yeah,
And I'm not going to leave the booth to find out either. That is,
I think you need to ban Jesse.
Jesse Crook.
Yep. So this is the first baby on the stream match, but thanks to little Cheddar, not the first diaper.
Where is that son of a? Is he still here?
Yeah, I saw him grab his pool case, so he's here somewhere.
I'll tell you.
Oh, he's way up there by table 15 up front laughing at you. I think that's him up there.
It is. You know what? I'm gonna go get us a. You want a sun drop?
Yes, please.
All right.
All right. Jim played it safe.
Jesse Crook is gonna get a couple of words from
Let the-
diaper man.
Let the beatings begin. Let me adjust the camera. So I can get that violence on the stream. All right. Ooh, nice return on the save from Marshall. Getting that 2 ball behind the 9. Getting a cue up table. Very smart shot. Now, ideally, it would be nice to hit the bottom rail, come up, and as Jimmy's looking at it, hit the left side of the 2. I throw the 2 up past the 9, and then try and keep the cue behind the 9 ball. Let's see what he gets out of this. All right, a little bit of chess match here. Nice hit by Marshall. Here comes the man with our sodas. Thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah, I had to jump up a little bit, but I kicked him right in the knee.
Nice.
How about a shot of that air conditioning?
I can do that.
It's a little warm in here. I feel like cheese fondue.
Is your cheddar cheese melting?
That's none of your business.
All right, so Jimmy trying to line up to make a hit on the 2.
Yeah, that's not an easy one either.
Nope.
Pretty steep.
Yeah, I would take my time lining this up also. Got a hit.
Yeah. Not a good result.
No,
but
not a great result, but better than giving up ball in hand.
yeah, I don't think that 3 goes past the 6, so
It might be another safety after that. Unless
Marshall
goes
may-
for a good draw shot, maybe.
he's going to have to pull this back pretty good. Get behind to the short side of the 6. You know, or the 3. I almost stopped myself from saying the short side because I know Roger Pregler's going to say something in the chat. Oh, you got to the short side.
Oh, he's already saying something before he said that.
Chat. A little bit.
Yeah, a little bit for your little jump to, kick
jeez.
Jesse in the knee.
Uh-oh.
Ooh. They got it.
That's not where it was. We're not gonna. I'm not gonna go out there. That's not my call.
Right? Yeah, as long as both players are happy with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a little more towards us a hair bit on this side of the
It was. Yes, it was. And closer towards the middle of the table. A little bit. Not a lot.
Yeah, not too much, but. Ooh, misses in the Vincent pocket.
Oh, and look
gets
at this.
Away with the fluke. 2 rails off the 8 in the opposite corner. Is there any other way to play that shot?
Nope. That's exactly the way I would have played it.
And a perfect leave on the 4.
Miss it bad, go 2 rails, and off the 9. Yep. Perfect shape to get to the 6. Yeah, there it is. There it is, Peyton. Thank you very little.
I was going to say, that's not even from Roger.
Right?
You have all kinds of fans out there in the world.
Fans, yeah, that's the use I'd. That's the word I'd. Oh, he's here. Shit. Roger Pregler just came up to the booth and said hello with his middle finger.
Nice.
Yeah, a real pal. This is not the best shape by it looks okay on your screen at home probably from this angle, but let me show you a different one. It's not.
It's pretty steep.
Yes, this is not as easy as it looks.
He could scratch in the side pocket that he's by with the cue ball right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if he puts any kind of right-hand spin, that's the direction it's going to go. I would. You'd have to go follow left. This is pretty thin. Let me get down to that right there. Oh, that's like 4 balls.
He
That
uses the whole pocket to get that one in.
Yeah, Marshall. I would say I wouldn't say that he didn't deserve, but was kind of fortunate.
Yes.
But it goes back to, there were a bunch of misses earlier in the rack by Jimmy.
Yep. Jim led him to the table.
Yeah. So we already talked about Andy Coons.
Yep.
Let's talk about the other person from Waupun, and it's not Al Holden. It's Andy's wife, Bobby Joe. Look at that. They have the same last name.
They do.
Isn't that cool?
That is pretty cool.
Bobby Joe Coons is the broker owner of Home Sweet Home Real Estate in Waupun. She has many years of experience in residential, land, farm, commercial, and putting up with Andy. For exceptional service, give Bobby Joe a call at 920-345-1055. Thank you for your sponsorship, Andy and Bobby Joe, as well as everyone else. We're going to do a double sponsor spotlight.
Ooh.
Yeah. Soon as Marshall breaks, we're going to do another sponsor.
Nice. Good evening, Craig Bear. Welcome to the stream.
What's going on, Craig? Thanks for tuning in. Welcome to the new format. Oop, nothing's going in. Nothing's going in. All right, that's going to bring Jimmy back to the table. Perfect timing for The new owner, Mr. Jason Harlan of Johnco Express. They provide expedited shipping of packages in Wisconsin and surrounding states. Same-day pickup, same-day delivery. Call Jason now. That's Jason at 920-921-9191. Jeff Hefter, is the number the same, I'm assuming? I would hope so. You didn't take that away from him or anything. If you did, you know what? Shame on you.
No, I believe you said that number
Yeah, it is.
was going with
I was
them.
going to say the same.
Yep.
Okay, you didn't miss anything.
Nope.
We could do another one.
Playing catch-up. Sponsor catch-up.
I got a really nice message. You know what? I'm going to read it. What's going on, Patrick Carlson? Patrick's going to be here for the Pool Hall Championships, I'm assuming. So I love it when a sponsor of the stream contacts me and says thank you because they got a job from somebody that was listening to the stream.
That's awesome.
He had to drive all the way down to Menominee Falls, which is kind of out of his area, but he said somebody was listening or heard me mention
I'm taking
Brett
it
Tovar?
Craig Berry. He says, shout out to Tovar for me. He was great.
Oh, well, are you serious?
Yeah.
Okay, did that just happen?
Yeah, it just came up. For Craig Bear.
Craig, do you live in Menominee Falls? Okay, this is freaky weird right now. This is
It's not the
freaking
same person?
this is freaking me out. No, if it is the same person, yeah. Cuz I was just talking about how did what this is weird. So Craig just tunes in and then I start talking about Brett and then he's like, shout out to Tovar. I am freaking out. So, fiance lives in Menominee Falls. So, did you just meet with Brett like in the last couple of days, Craig? Wow, I'm losing my mind. What little I had left. There's not a lot to spare. You don't have to be so damn agreeable, Chris.
Sorry.
No, you're not.
No, not really.
Thanks, Craig. We've gone to, so there's 14 matches that have been played in round one so far. 14 or 15. Almost half of them already have been played. And five of them have gone to a shootout. Which, I'm going to be honest with you. I really want to see Jimmy win this set of 9-ball. I think Jimmy probably does too.
Right.
And then, obviously, the 10-ball has to go to 3-3. And then I'm going to put on my little white gloves and go out and do spot shots. Marshall would prefer that it does not go to a shootout.
That's like Hill Hill, you know. Everybody loves Hill Hill except for that guy that was ahead.
Thanks, Craig. Yes. Well, you know, after that comment, you almost want to. I would never wish that upon you, Craig, but Chris, wouldn't you think you almost want to wish for a leak?
Right.
You know?
Leaky.
Hope you wet your pants.
It's not my chair.
No, I was talking about Craig, you knucklehead.
Oh, sorry.
The leak detection.
Leak detection.
Brett Tovar. I wonder if he does that for guys over 60. We should ask.
We could call and ask.
We should. I've never called Brett for the sponsor call-in. That's one good thing. We don't ever have to worry about calling Jeff again. What a blessing. Life is just full of blessings, you know?
Yes, it is.
That's one. That's a big one.
Well, Marshall made a good hit. Got away with it. Got a safe out of it.
But in all seriousness, Craig, I'm really glad it worked out for both of you. It's great to see sponsors getting paid back for how they support me and the stream.
Yeah, Heather and I were talking about calling them, have them come look at our roof on the house.
Brett's a good dude, and he spends a lot of time with what's his son's name again? Come down here and play pool once in a while. He's teaching his son how to play.
They usually come down on Sundays.
Yeah. Ooh, that's a foul.
I see him and the boys come down. Play for a little while on one of the tables.
Why can I not think of his son's name right now? I'll know it as soon as Brett tells me.
Right? As soon as he reminds you of it.
Yes, yes. Not exactly where Marshall wanted to be for this 3-ball. Now he's going to have to jack up to avoid scratching in the side pocket. I don't think that's enough. Judging by... Oh, yeah, plenty. Threw it a little bit, but he is going to end up behind the 5-ball. Yep. He's going to be kicking.
He knew it, too, because he was jumping up and down because he's like, oh, I hit that way too hard.
Kicking or jumping. One of the two.
So you didn't get on any teams for the big thingy this weekend, huh?
The what?
The big
Pool Hall Championship?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was signed up for the team with Scott Kugel and Albert Jack. We were going to play the Platinum Division team. That was canceled. I think there was like 4 teams total that signed up.
Gotcha.
So that went out the window. Then the singles Platinum Division, and that was all played at Mad Apple, is canceled as well. Yeah, not cool.
No.
Well, I shouldn't say that. I'm not sure if the singles Platinum was canceled, but I know the team is
was canceled?
definitely canceled. Huge opportunity for Jimmy. He's got to have this game.
Yep. Tie it back up.
The only, honestly, the hardest shot right now is if he's the 4 to the 5. Yep. Is what I would do is try to run into the 6. Give yourself an angle on the 4 to run into the 6 ball. because then you're straight on for the 5 in the side. Then
Yep.
you can deal with either the 6-8 combo or whatever after that. But I don't, if he's eyeing up playing the 4 and then the 5-9 combo, that's a no-no.
Agreed.
Yep.
Oh, very nice.
Right there. Perfect.
Yep.
So now you can just float forward. The only thing that could ruin that idea is if he does not concentrate on where that 6 goes after he pockets the 8 ball, because he's going to play the combo next.
Right. Got to control that 6 ball.
Because if he follows this forward and then the 6 comes off the left side of the 8 ball, he's not going to have himself a shot. If he draws, then it's going to be too much power. This is what I was talking about. Oh, he got away with it. That's
Yep.
good. This is actually a perfect angle. Scaring me.
Scare myself.
Headset again?
Yeah.
Yeah, just throw that.
I don't know what the.
Just throw that $200 headset on the floor if you want to.
Sorry. Not intentional. I've never knocked him down before. I don't know what the deal is today. Clumsiness.
All right, we're all tied up at 2 apiece. Again, this is a race to 5. As you can see, right above the 9 ball there on the table. Let's do another sponsor spotlight. Let's talk about Vinny, Mr. Didio. You know my favorite Didio
What's that?
is Alex, Vince's wife. You met Alex, right?
Yep.
Alexandra.
Oh,
She's a sweetheart. She made me brownies one time.
Nice.
Yeah.
And you didn't share?
So no,
That's not very nice.
Vincent said the other day when he came up to commentate, was that last week or the week before? He's like, "Yeah, sorry, but your favorite Didio is not coming along." I'm like, "Oh, Alex."
That's
Anyway, he is the tattoo artist down in Fond du Lac at Gallery 83. So if you're looking for some ink on your skin, go give Gallery 83 a call, or go to vincedtattoos.com or vincedtattoos@gmail.com. Does phenomenal work. And the owner of one of the pockets here on the stream table. There's not many people that can say that. They own a pocket.
That's true.
Doesn't it sound like he miscues every time Jimmy breaks?
Yep.
It's like there's something wrong with his break cue.
I believe Phil modified it, and it's a straight G10. Rosin.
All right, so
Oh, yeah, the singles were canceled too, Al says, because they only had 6 players sign up.
yeah, that's a shame. Rob Shear, he says Alex made him a narwhal. How did she make you into a narwhal? Okay, I'm confused as hell here. What's going on?
Right?
Aren't you? You're a man. I've seen you before, Rob. You're not a narwhal. That's not a good safe.
That is not going to work out.
No, that's not a good safe. So, do you have the tusk and the big horn and everything, Rob? Is that what you shoot with? I don't think I'd want to be made into a narwhal.
Me neither.
You live in very cold water,
No.
and I'm not a good swimmer. I'm a good sinker.
Yeah, so you make sure you get your life vest on when you go boating.
No, I can swim a little, as long as it's only 3 feet deep.
Fred Runner says he'll be here tomorrow. For the teams, I assume. Yeah, I'll be here.
Fred, as per our messages a couple of days ago, I'm still kind of waiting on. There's a potential that I may be down here tomorrow afternoon as well, but we'll see. The odds are probably not. I think my outer points are getting a little firm.
Yeah? Excellent. We will turn off the air for a little bit then.
These chairs should come with like a safety belt or like a harness or something.
Little 5-point harness
That would-
to hold you in.
Yeah. So I don't have good posture because I can't lean back, or I can, but then I can't do my work. You know what? Why don't you just take care of that? I'm going to sit here and talk stupid.
Okay.
And right now, Jeff Hefter is saying to himself, and probably put it on the screen, and that's different how? Little steep on this 5 ball. There's a chance that Marshall's going to run into this 8 and hook himself behind the 9. I think he might be able to draw out of it, but we'll see. Oh.
Ooh.
He ran into the 8. That was pretty fortunate.
Yep.
That could have drifted right past it, and then he would have been hooked on the 6 again.
She
No,
knitted it.
yeah, no, thanks, Rob. I don't want to see your narwhal. You can show that to anybody you want, but I don't want to see your narwhal, man. That's you pervert. What's a narwhal? Just kidding. It's a one-tusked. Did you ever see the narwhals going through the ice up in Alaska? They're like ice channels. Sometimes you see them with... Ooh, that one almost didn't go in either. Beluga whales.
Yeah, I've seen videos.
We got to see some... We were on an Alaskan cruise last June. Phenomenal. There's Andy telling me to do things again. Telling me what to do. Jeez.
Right? At least you could do is say please.
I think he's at... Is he at my house? All right. Marshall to take the lead yet again by pocketing this 9 ball.
Pocketed it? He does. 3-2.
Yeah, all tied up at 3-2. Matt Strong. Genius.
Super genius. Oh, they're going to take a quick
Oh.
player break.
Jimmy says, I'm walking away from the table. I had enough of this. You know what? Then we're going to talk amongst ourselves.
Oh, you owe me $5.
For what?
Advertising.
For what?
For advertising, because I rode my motorcycle here, so your outer points was flying down the highway at 80 miles an hour.
Oh. Nice.
open
So
'cause
nobody
it's-
could read it anyway.
Well,
You take your motorcycle on 41?
yeah. Why not?
All right. Let's check my messages from Andy Coons on the air. Shall we?
We shall.
Let's do that.
What's he got to say?
Oh, Andy.
That's a pretty looking table.
Andy. Is this thing really for sale?
Deliver it to my house.
Where did you get this?
I'll make room in my living room.
Andy, is it okay if I show everybody on the stream that I'm going to do it anyway? See? Isn't that pretty? You can't see it. I did that. I knew the camera wasn't going to allow it. But this is gorgeous. I wonder if they call it a white diamond.
Right?
It would make sense, wouldn't
It
it?
would make sense. Yeah, I like that.
Where is this going, Jeff? I mean, Andy? And it's on the back of a truck somewhere. I want to know the story.
I want it in my living room.
That would be a really cool stream table.
It would be.
Yeah. Put this one in my basement and that one
There.
Yeah. I'll be waiting for your reply, Andy.
Yeah, you put that in your basement, I'll come over once in a while then.
No, you won't.
Why not?
I would have to invite you. And
Well,
that's
that'd be nice.
I bet you that I don't know how long that would last here at Varsity Club, being that color. I mean, it might.
You just have to take a little extra time cleaning it.
Yeah.
Keep it white. Wouldn't take much.
I'm assuming that is not the same price as a regular diamond table.
Probably not.
Chad Johnson says it's the league room's new stream table. Really? Al Holden says Sean and Dustin just started at Charlie's. No score yet. Cheryl Urbrecht, the winner of the very... Oh, wait a minute. We got to... There we go. We get back to the table there.
I didn't
We're
break
sitting
it,
here
so
picking
it's all
our
good.
nose. Cheryl Urbrecht was here playing against Meng Vang in the very first streamed new format match. Cheryl coming out on top. Played well. Played really well. So that was the very first official stream. All right, ball down for Marshall. No shot on the one ball. Again, if Marshall wins the next two games, this match is
Yeah,
concluded.
concluded.
Finito.
Done.
Fini-
Finished.
So Chad Johnson, where's the league room? You ever heard of that, Chris?
I have not heard of it. No.
All right. I want to know where that is
Yeah. I'm
and why
curious.
they're getting it instead of me.
Right.
That's my
'Cause you
biggest
didn't order
concern.
it.
All right. That's fair. that is
Thank you,
fair.
Mr. Obvious. I'll be here all night.
Yeah, thank God. Can't wait for that.
You love it. You know it.
Again, I don't cheer for any particular. Well, I'll tell you what though.
I'd really like to see this go to 10 ball though.
Yeah,
Just because it's streamed.
when Mike and I play against Spencer and Kendall, I will be rooting for one team,
Your team?
and it will not be Spencer and Kendall. So that will be the time that I'm going to be cheering for somebody on my own stream. Other than that,
West Virginia.
Mountain Mama,
That table needs to stay here in Wisconsin.
take me home. What? Chris Wilson's place in West Virginia? That's horse shit. Biggest diamond dealer. Is that legal?
Maybe. Does that mean we can get a discount? Volume pricing?
Right. Says Brave Billiards. To Andy Coons. I want to be a diamond dealer. If you work for Jeremy West,
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
No rail. Luckily, the 2 ball could be kind of tricky to get on. with the wrong pattern picking. He's going the right way. Just don't get behind the 8. Wow. Here, watch this.
Yeah, just give him at least a minute
Right.
or more. 5 minutes is fine too. You know what?
User timeout. There we go.
Can you put him
5 minutes. Confirmed.
I wonder if you could. Can you put somebody? Is there like a 1 month option in there, or like
I don't know.
mute them for 30 days?
Not that I'll do it, but let's see. Put user in timeout. 24 hours.
24 hours is the longest.
Is the best
so,
I can do.
Yeah, that's. Maybe we should get YouTube to make an exception for Jeff Hefter. Oh, you deleted the message? I don't want to. Does it do that automatically?
I think it does.
Oh,
automatic.
okay. All right.
View delete here. Watch. View.
You can leave the message up there. Just put him in timeout.
Yeah, I put him in timeout, but I think it automatically does that.
Yeah, that's a shame.
Right?
I wonder if they get reported. The YouTube.
Oh, I think it came back.
Oh,
Straight out.
jeez, that is really fortunate by Marshall. That was right off the outer point. Watch how close this gets. And then just goes right down the rail. It should be...
Oh, yeah.
It should be ball in hand Jimmy right now. This doesn't have to go in either. Cueing on the rail. And then all the way through. Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah, that's not a bad
He's on the rail again.
I mean, being on the rail sucks a little bit.
That's
but
it's not the worst.
Nope.
I would try to put the cue ball by the 8.
Yep, I was going to say, I'd hit this kind of firm and come off the top rail and get a nice position on the 7. Perfect.
Yeah, this might be a little challenging. Getting on the 8 ball.
Yep, I thought I had a little more steam than that yet.
Okay, I'm gonna. Oh, missed it. She was yawning. I looked over there, and she yawned, and then I yawned. So, thanks a lot.
Nice shot.
That's well done. Well done. That one didn't have to go in either.
Nope.
That if that was not hit with pocket speed, that ball would still be on the table.
Yeah, Andy Kuhn says, yeah, Chad is correct. The league room picked it up today.
That's horse hockey.
Right?
Not a big fan of the league room anymore. That should be at the varsity club. Okay. That puts Marshall Williams on the hill for not only the second set, but for the match. Indeedly do.
Yeah.
And if that ends up happening, guess what we're going to do? Nothing. I'm going to go home. I won't be back here until Wednesday. Next week. Talk to Jeremy and Adam. Oh, that's horse shit. That's not going to get me anywhere. Let's talk about Riley. His name is Riley Peashower. Guess where he works?
Pea shower cues.
Yet, wait a second. That's for Chris Green.
For knowing something.
Headquartered in Green Bay, Wisconsin, J.P. Shower has been building custom pool cues for over 30 years. Everything that goes into a J.P. Shower pool cue is among the highest quality available. Exotic woods, inlays, tips, and ferrules are all built with top-notch materials. Every single Pea Shower cue is 100% made in the USA and includes a lifetime warranty against warping and defects.
Yep.
I wonder how many pros they have that they sponsor. Because I see a lot of Pea Shower,
I see
a lot of pros
more,
playing Pea Shower cues.
A lot more picking up the brand.
Yeah, there's a lot of up and comers that are sponsored by Pea Shower. Uh-oh.
Ooh, well.
Cue ball finds its way into the pocket.
Yep.
It might be a little bit of a thin cut. If I was just kind of looking at the table right now, I would play the one ball and get behind the 5 and give it just like on the, you know what, I have a telestrator for things like this. I'm going to use my laser pointer. So I would try to get the cue ball there. The reason being is then you can do this off there and with a little bit of draw and get somewhere over here.
Yep.
Right? That's going to leave you a good angle on the 3 ball to get out there. The laser beam.
Laser.
Oh, that laser looks pretty cool on that stream up there.
It does.
Man, I should use that more often. Uh-oh. Oh, jeez.
Yeah, if he's going to go that route, he should have hit a little firmer.
Little farmers.
Well, here's an excellent chance to play a good safety, though.
Mike Masevich, you do not have a Pea Shower, brand new Pea Shower for sale until I get to see it first. We may have to do some wheeling and dealing. Excellent safe. That is, this is a beautiful safe. Not only did he take away the short rail, the one rail kick.
He took away the jump, too.
Yes. And I think
I
Marshall has to go at a minimum of 2 rails here.
I was going to say, I would, 2 rail kick. Which is not easy for us amateurs.
You know, I'm going to use the laser pointer again.
Uh-oh.
Yep. So this is kind of where he's going to have to go there, and it kind of rode down the rail there. This stupid laser.
Quit putting English on it.
Bam. Bam.
Oh, Lord, Jeff says he's back.
I don't. Shit.
It's been 5 minutes already.
We could just put him in timeout for the hell of it. Damn it. Told you 5 minutes wasn't going to be enough. Uh-oh. That's a no hit. That's a foul. And then it hit the 7 and the 8.
Yeah,
That's like
the table right up.
That's like 3 fouls in a row. So Jimmy gets ball in hand 3 times.
Wouldn't that be nice? Make your shot, take another ball in hand, make your shot, take the third ball in hand.
You still wouldn't get out.
Ouch. So you're staying after him playing for a $10 set. Then
All
you
right.
go home.
Fair enough. You know, that's very threatening, Jeff Hefter, saying that you're back.
your TV has a mute button if you really don't like the commentary that much.
Right? Feel free to use it. And then, while you're doing that, go out into the garage and find that roll of duct tape that you haven't used in forever and put a nice 6-inch strip right across your lips. Oh, jeez. All right, it's in.
That's pocket speed, that's for sure.
This is perfect for... It's a perfect angle to a low left draw to get down for the 8.
Yep.
This is not... You don't want to...
Come out 2 rails.
Yep. Nice finesse. There's a lot of pressure because he has to have these 3 balls.
Yep.
Otherwise the match is over.
He can't miss anymore.
Stop down and duct tape. We'll be gone by the time you get here. I hope.
Well, doesn't he live like 45 minutes or an hour away from Oshkosh?
I hope so.
Oh, I thought maybe you knew where he lived.
No. Jimmy's taking an awful lot of time with this.
Yep. Now it's almost overthinking.
Yep, and I believe you just called it. Well, it is now an opportunity for Marshall to end this match.
Yep.
And if that is the case, then...
He makes the cut and misses the 9. He should be out.
Yeah, the cue ball might have...
Even if he bumps the 9, he probably is still out as long as he doesn't keep the cue ball in front of the... or behind the 9. Keep the 9 in front of the cue.
We've got prayer going on back there. She's praying that her husband makes these 3 balls to finish it because she wants to go home.
Right?
Well, I think she probably wants him to win, too. Excellent.
Beautiful shot. Yep.
That is nicely done. Ooh, dead straight. Look at this. That's going to make it pretty I think he's going to have to go rail first here. I don't think he can draw or follow out of this.
Yeah, you'd rather just put it in and take what the table gives you on a long shot off the rail for that 9.
Yeah, I think I'd go rail first. Come all the way down to the other end of the table.
Put her in the side.
Play it in the side. Yep. Actually, he's just kind of pointed to that. You could actually hold, I think you even rail first with inside English, you could probably hold for the middle of the table.
Yep. Agreed. Oh, he's going to try and force an angle. Oh, no, he did come off the rail. Good call. Yep.
Well, if this is the last shot of the match...
Thank you, everyone, for watching.
100%. I don't even need to be here anymore. I think we should just let Chris do this by himself.
Right?
I'm going to stay home.
Jeff says he's on his way. He's 25 minutes out.
Ooh. Ooh.
Promises.
So scared. That's a wrap, folks. That is the game, set and match.
Nice shooting by Marshall. Nice shooting by Jimmy.
You did well, too, Chris.
I try.
Yeah, you did. I think you did really well tonight. Absolutely. And you look good in red.
I must say. Look pretty good in red. I like it. You don't look bad yourself.
Oh. All right, that'll be enough. We're going to talk about these folks here. We didn't get to all of them. I'm not sure who we didn't get to. We did not get to John Kramer. Dumper Dan, we didn't talk about him. Pete Sorsey Martial Arts. Rob Miller of the Conscious Carnivore. Derek Schwartz of the Avenue Auto. Bobby Joe Coons, we talked about her. Rich Stadler of Billet Spin. Jeff Heff. Oh, I got to change that.
Yep, that's got to be edited.
Cody Retlick of Midwest Aero Productions. Matt Strong of Strong Knife Company. Brent Lucas of Midstate Amusement. Eddie Altman of Mako Tips. Vince Didio, we talked about him. Brett Tovar. Lynn Dorn of LK Painting and Staining. Of course, thank you to Chris Green right here. Roger Pregler. We don't talk about him anymore. Jim Reese. Scott Kugel. Kevin Dorn. Talked to him yesterday, as a matter of fact. The staff here at Varsity Club. All of my co-commentators. And, of course,
All the viewers.
you people.
are the best.
Thank you very much for being here, everybody. Check out Facebook and see what's coming up next, because I have no idea. I really don't. There's not a whole lot of matches scheduled for the first round in the 1.4 that we just got done watching. So, Scotch doubles, the next Scotch doubles match, I don't think is even scheduled until, the reason being, we've got the Pool Hall Championships this week. The following week is the V&A Nationals.
Oh, okay.
Nationals, so everybody's going to be out there. We've got graduation here in Oshkosh, so nobody wants to be around for that. So it'll be a little while before we get back. So until then, be safe, everybody. Have an awesome weekend. If you're in the Pool Hall Championships,
Good luck.
yes, best of luck to all of you. And
We'll see you later.
we'll see you soon.
Thanks for watching, everybody.